Skate Canada hosted its 2025 NextGen competition in Quebec over the weekend, and I, deep in figure skating withdrawals, had to tune in to the free live stream. Thank you, Skate Canada. And oh man, was it messy. Like my other recaps, I'll be mostly focusing on singles as those are the disciplines I understand and am interested in the most. Let's talk about the women first of all. Guys, this was a rough competition. A couple of good skaters were definitely coming off an injury. Megan Woodley said this about herself in her interview.
I didn't do a program of full triples just because I'm coming back from an injury, but I'm really happy with how I was able to refocus and put out a pretty good program today.
And Ksenia was wearing a wrist brace. Other than that, there was just a lot of falling. Sandrine Blais and Reese Rose in particular did very well in the short and then had very rough long programs. These two ladies have such beautiful speed and flow that it's a pain the jumps weren't firing for them in the free. Reese was 3rd in the short but 10th in the free, and Sandrine was 2nd in the short but 15th in the free. Let's talk about first place, which is a surprise to no one, Leah Cho. Leah's short is very cute and definitely a junior program. Since she has many years left before seniors, I'm happy she is doing junior type programs that hopefully she enjoys. However, her musicality in the free program to Scheherazade pleasantly surprised me. She also dialed up the technical difficulty in the free, adding 2 triple-triple combos and attempting a triple axel, which was landed forward but landed. I really like the spiral part of the choreography as well. She was 1st in both segments for a total score of 182.25, which she didn't look super happy about. She probably knows what her score would be if she pulled off a clean triple axel. I don't like to talk as if she is the skater single-handedly carrying Skate Canada's hopes and dreams for women's singles, but when she clears the field by tens of points every single competition, it's hard to frame the situation otherwise. I really hope she stays healthy and can show sustainable technique as she will eventually hit a growth spurt. In second place with 167.51 was Victoria Barakhtina, who transferred from Russia recently. She was 4th in the short but 2nd in the free. This is the first time I have seen her skate. Her technical capability is definitely what earned her the silver at this event, landing all her jumps with no falls, just some cues. Her double axel has great height. From what I could find online, she's 14 or 15 years old. I was somewhat surprised that she was given the 4th highest PCS in both segments, but I imagine some of that is her reward for skating clean. She is coached by Orser, so I'm hoping to see her expression and skating skills improve. If I were Skate Canada, it's kind of a no-brainer to send her to the Junior Grand Prix with her performance at this event. Thankfully, Ksenia Kruzkevich managed to earn 3rd place with 145.56 points after a rough short program. Her short is to Edward Scissorhands and she's keeping her Firebird free. It's still early in the season and her wrist is in a brace, so I'm sure her results will improve as the season continues. She really emoted during her Firebird free, getting the 3rd highest PCS mark of the free behind Leah and Reese. I definitely want to see her up at the top of the young juniors with Leah. However, the mandatory jump on the Junior Grand Prix this year in the short is the triple loop, so I'm not sure yet if we will see her on the Junior Grand Prix circuit. In 4th place was Kamila Volkova. Her skates were shakier than I remember from the trophy, but she kept her composure and did well overall, finishing a couple of points higher than Ushia. I have to say I prefer her free skate from last season, and I'm not really that into her new Arabian Nights free. However, she has been fairly consistent with pretty good results her last few competitions, so I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a Junior Grand Prix spot. Let's talk about Ushia next, though, and again, if somebody can tell me how to say her name and if I'm saying it properly, that would be great. I was seriously impressed by her performance here, specifically her free, a new program to Samson and Delilah, where she landed all her jumps, seeming more confident than last season. Unfortunately, PCS is still her weak point, including quite a low composition mark. I also hope to see her hold onto her jump landings a bit more. If she can increase her PCS and sustain her rate of technical improvement, I think she could really challenge for the top of the Canadian junior women's field in the months and years to come. She finished 6th overall here. Hannah Quinn has a new Dark Eyes short program and Turando free skate, and her costume specifically for Turando is gorgeous. She looks like a star. She finished 8th and was very happy with her performance here as it is her first competition outing of the season. I think Hannah's 8th place is a bit deceiving here, and I'm sure we will see better results as the season progresses. I feel similarly about Hannah as I do Ushia. I think she has the potential to be at the top of the Canadian junior women's field in the near future. As for other skaters, Alexa Volkova withdrew after the short, and Hedy Shi, Lulu Lin, and Megan Woodley all had rough competitions. The results are going to make it difficult to distribute the Junior Grand Prix assignments, in my opinion. All in all, this is a very early season competition, so I think lower scores and rough skates are to be expected to some degree. I'm glad the skaters got to have this experience, and hopefully they can build on it throughout the year. Moving on to the men, I watched all of them at least once, but as I said before, this competition was messy. Let's begin with every Canadian skating fan's darling, Anthony Paradis. He skated a clean short which he is recycling from last season. The free was where things went wonky. His opening triple-triple was alright, and then he attempted a triple axel. I actually thought this was a good attempt, as he did not pop it, and it only got an under, not a downgrade. He did fall, though. Then the pops started popping, a flip and a Lutz were singled. And then he fell twice in his choreo sequence. The gasp I gossed, y'all. But after all of that, I can still tell this is a great program. He's bringing so much expression to it, and when he skates it cleaner, the eatery will be ultra apparent. Anthony placed 3rd overall. In 1st place was Grayson Long. Now, I had not seen Grayson skate prior to this event, so I googled him. He has an acting credit on the Netflix show Spinning Out, which I never watched due to seeing screenshots of an obvious rip-off Tessa Virtue Moulin Rouge costume and being appropriately affronted. But honestly, good for him. And good for him at this event. Although he was 2nd in the free due to a couple of pops, his excellent short moved him up to 1st overall after Anthony faltered. I really enjoyed his music choice for the free, and the Hydroblade was awesome. Edward Vossi was 2nd. He has a powerful skating style, and his triple axel in the short was really nice. I don't have much to say about him other than congrats on the silver. In 4th was one of the Davids, David Bondar, and the only man to attempt a quad at this competition, although he fell. Despite almost half of his elements coming in at negative GOE, this event was so messy that he actually won the free skate, and his TES in the free was over 10 points higher than 2nd place, Grayson. Crazy, crazy, crazy. 5th was last season's Nationals bronze medalist, David Lee. Continuing the trend of the weekend, he had too many errors to stand on the podium again. It's not every day you see a downgraded Oiler on a score sheet. Honestly, really hoping for improvement for him so he can salvage momentum from Nationals. The Canadian men's field so desperately needs it. Skipping down the list, we reach 7th place and my undisguised favorite, Roy Chin. Roy is reusing his short from last season, which I have zero complaints about. He had an oopsie on a spin, and I'm guessing the awkward landing on the opening triple resulted in an intended triple-triple becoming a triple-double combo, but I personally don't care. Once again, he showed crazy knee bend and stability and stayed upright. The choreography has detail that really brings out his musicality. I love when skaters spot in their spins and twizzles, and Roy did it twice in the short. It just adds a little extra pizzazz, Also, please look at his Lutz edge. It's so good. However, in this field, not having a triple axel or a clean skate meant he could only rank so high. I was hoping after the short that he would be able to move up a few spots, but he remained 7th overall after a bit of a rough free with 2 falls, his free also being recycled from last season, albeit with a new costume. We got another treat, a short interview with him that honestly had me laughing.
Tell me, how was your program today?
It was pretty good, but it would have been better if I stuck the landing on the 2nd flip and not a combo.
So is that something you normally do, or is this something new in the program?
Me falling.
Okay, and is this your first NextGen camp?
Mm-hmm.
And how have you liked it so far?
It's pretty good, but it sucks that we have to walk so long to get here.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's things you're learning about these sort of events?
Ethan Lois, on the other hand, has 2 new programs, the short to a 5th of Beethoven, and the free a New York program. It was a rough comp for him, placing 8th overall about 5 points behind Roy. At some moments we saw those confident, easy-looking jumps, but at other moments it was shaky. Of course, it's early in the season, so hopefully he can grow into these programs technically and artistically. It's quite interesting seeing both Ethan and Roy move up to juniors, with one of them taking the path of tried and true programs and the other challenging themselves with completely new material. I don't think there's a right or wrong way, but I'm interested to see how it plays out. I would also like to mention Jeffrey Chen, who placed 9th overall after a strong 4th place finish in the short. I didn't watch him at the trophy, but here the thing that stood out to me the most was his posture and very straight, extended lines. Definitely curious to see how he progresses. Honestly, a lot of the other men I didn't mention were in a similar situation, some moments of brilliance and an equal number of moments of unfortunate floppery. Hey, it's only July, the only way we can go from here is up. As for dance, I only watched Layla and Alex attentively. They impressed me, and I hope they do well on the Junior Grand Prix. I like both of their programs' material. That said, I'm going to be absolutely sick of upbeat 90s music before we even hit the Grand Prix final. As for pairs, I opened up the long program detailed score sheets and I saw 4 falls on Desbroche Thrasher, and then I opened up the livestream replay and saw actual crying in the kiss and cry, and that scared me so bad I didn't watch a single second of pairs. Congrats to Ava and Jonathan though, and I hope Desbroche Thrasher and Martina and Charlie can get it together in time for their next competitions. So yeah, the Summer Ice at NextGen 2025 was just a wee bit cursed. But going past the technical mistakes, I think a lot of skaters still showed potential for the season ahead, and we are seeing skaters push and challenge themselves, which is quite promising. If there's a stream available, the next comp I'll try to catch is Cranberry Cup in August. See you later.